The UK is currently in what's officially known as a prolonged dry spell, and that's because of below average rainfall in winter, spring and now the first early weeks of summer. What will make that prolonged dry spell be termed officially a drought across parts of England, it doesn't necessarily have to apply to all, is if it continues to be drier than usual. But to be honest, you don't have to wait for that official definition to see the impact that drier than expected conditions has had on water bodies across much of the UK. That's why this little bit of light rain we're getting here in North Yorkshire today is very welcome, because as you can see in this reservoir behind me, it is drier than it usually would be for this time of year. Yorkshire Water, which is the company that manages the reservoir, which supplies millions of customers across the region, says it's 20% lower than you'd expect for this time of year. So capacity across most of its reservoirs at about 56%. Although the message from them, and indeed all of the water companies across the UK for the moment, is that water distribution is not a problem for now. We will have to see if that changes if we do move into an officially a drought period and there are restrictions in place. But there's also an issue not only for the water for people, but the water for wildlife. There are some orders that are already been put into effect to try and keep water bodies that support wildlife full in order to help the environment and the wildlife like fish and water birds that so rely on water bodies like this. We've also been speaking to farmers in this area who explain the sort of impact that low rainfall has had on them, their livestock and their livelihoods. The next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial, with all eyes really on the skies and on the weather forecast to see if the remaining weeks of summer will bring that much needed rainfall to avert us tipping in some parts of the UK into that official drought. But if we do, we should expect some sort of restrictions on our water supply to go alongside the guidance that's already in place, asking people to be mindful of how much water they're using.